Totally different, totally isolated from each other. It happened to both come from the St. Louis area, both shown at the age of 5, a gigantic metallic spherical object somewhere in space, and we're told in essence it was the Soul Recycling Center. Reports of abductees who recall apparent past lives in which they've inhabited alien bodies with their souls. And even in one case, a man who watched as his young body was killed and his soul energy released, captured in a container, and taken to a new replacement body where it was reintroduced into the body through the technology of the little black box you might have heard about in some of these cases. Are being forced to eat or drink unknown substances that then produce a variety of after effects on the abductees. Angie, reported on in Taken, was given a bitter red liquid to drink, passed out immediately, and came to in a very passive, hypnotic state in which she then went through an interrogation with a number of people. Ted Rice, another case that I've been working on for a couple of years, as a child was given a pill to eat or swallow that then produced on the 10-year-old boy the effects of an aphrodisiac.
Quiero hacer una pregunta a Ted con respecto a Jesús. Hay una parte de la Biblia que dice, Jesús, yo no vengo a luchar contra carne y sangre, sino vengo a luchar con las huestes que están en la oscuridad. Se relaciona a esto, ¿no?
Well, can I interject something?
Yes.
Okay. An example of this, the demons have, for hundreds and hundreds of years, maybe thousands, have set up dissension and disharmony between the Jewish population and the Palestinian or Arab world, okay? Or the Muslim world. And look at what's going on over there now. What would happen if Israel and Palestine suddenly realize what we all here today know, that they have been set up on purpose to kill each other and hate each other because it creates a tremendous harvest for this forest. Maybe they might do like Jesus said and start love thy neighbor, because if you do, you're not producing the rewards the aliens want. And Jesus knew that.
Amen a sus vecinos, amen al prójimo. Eso es lo que debemos de hacer, porque ¿qué es lo que estamos creando? Estamos creando un montón de energía para ellos y se están matando entre ellos mismos, que no hay razón. Si supieran lo que sabemos nosotros, es lo que está diciendo Ted, lo que sabemos nosotros, lo que estamos descubriendo nosotros, que si toman ellos conciencia, entonces no estuvieran matándose entre ellos mismos. Y no les estarían dando esas energías a estos seres. Y eso es lo que decía Jesús, que nos amemos al prójimo. Y ya ahí no les van a dar energías. Obviamente.
Pregunta para Stuart. Stuart es irlandés, ¿no?
Stuart, you're from Ireland?
Yeah.
Ok,
yes.
Pregunta. En la comunidad irlandesa, en su país, ¿cómo está el tema de lo que es información sobre ovnis, abducciones, extraterrestres? ¿Cómo lo maneja Irlanda, o sea, el país?
Not very well. It's not really spoken about. It's very rare that I'd meet another person who would be interested in it the way I am. As far as I know, there's not a huge amount of groups out here. It's just people just think it's crazy, like aliens coming here and cloning people. They think it's just crazy.
¿Hay casos en Irlanda de abducciones, de avistamientos de ovnis, de avistamientos de alienígenas como en otros países, por ejemplo en Argentina?
We're a hotspot for sightings, okay? there was a case that was printed in the newspaper a couple of years ago about a man who was abducted, but he became friends with the ETs and they took him to the North Pole to show him around, and then they brought him back.
Okay, dice que en Irlanda dice que hay muchos avistamientos y que hubo un caso de un señor que se lo llevaron y lo llevaron al Polo Norte y luego lo regresaron. What happened there at the North Pole?
They just showed him around. They showed him the icebergs and whatever. Now we all know that this didn't happen. Like, he wasn't really at the North Pole. They probably cloned him. So
yeah.
That's just a screen memory.
Yeah.
I want to throw out here. Karla and Barbara told me numerous times that when there would be a hot spot somewhere, lots of sightings, that it was a cloning center. Lots of cloning going on. It's a harvest place, and then when they get finished, they'll move on to some other place on the planet.
Clonado, nada más es una memoria de pantalla lo que le están mostrando, que no le están mostrando lo que está detrás de eso, como Karla Turner hizo con Ted, que sí le llevaba a que viera lo que estaba detrás de esa pantalla.
Yeah.
¿Y mutilación de ganado?
Cow mutilations, any animal mutilations?
Not that I know of, but in saying that, now that Ted's just reminded me, there is, if you go back into Irish lore, the Irish people talk about fairies, okay? And
Dice que no de ganado, pero sí hablan de las fairies, de las hadas.
now, around the countryside in Ireland, there is what's called fairy ring forts, which is stone circles. Now, they could be up for hundreds of years or thousands of years, but it's you don't mess with the stone circle. You don't take stones from the stone circle. You leave it alone, and everyone knows this.
Sí, comentarles que en Argentina tenemos casos de mutilación de ganado al por mayor, de mutilación de ganado de todo tipo, incluso de humanos, estudiados por veterinarios e instituciones, porque acá se creía que era cuaterismo, pero al por mayor vienen por oleadas y se roban también el agua de los tanques australianos en ese momento. Comentarles también que han aparecido vacas colgadas en los árboles.
But Argentina is a big cattle country like the United States.
Yeah, Ted, maybe we should
Como acá en
just,
Estados Unidos.
before we go, Ted, maybe we should just talk about the birthing process that the cows are being used for.
The
Oh,
birthing,
sure.
the birthing process.
Yeah, they're the feed. Ted, do you want to explain it? They're using what they're
Okay,
using.
nos va a explicar aquí lo de las vacas y el cómo hacen el nacimiento. Ahorita nos va a explicar Ted sobre esto, sobre las vacas y el nacimiento, es lo que están, ¿sí?
Sí, porque veo que Ted está muy al tanto del tema mutilaciones. Acá es un tema muy importante, se habla mucho de eso. Quizás Ted nos podría contar hay cuestiones particulares de cómo ellos llegan a un lugar, toman el animal, qué es lo que le hacen.
Sí, creo que eso es lo que nos va a explicar ahorita.
Okay, I saw, as I explained earlier, I saw rows and rows and rows of tubs with the end of these tubs was made out of the female part of the cow, the uterus, the complete genetic work of the female cow. And when it was time for these fetuses to be born, the vat would squeeze in and push the fetus through so it would have something, it would experience something similar to being birthed by its a real human mother. And it would have the psychological effects of that. Because if you remember, some people under hypnosis have been taken back to their birthing, and they actually have a little bit of recollection about their birthing. So I think that they do this because they want it to be as natural for the human or the clone as possible. So
Wow.
so nothing would ever be fully detected is what's going on.
Wow.
And just a quick question out to Ted. Why do they use the cow uterus and not a female uterus, like a human one?
They take penile tissue. That there are certain tissues on the vaca, the cow, that work better to create these, because they can actually, for example, they can split a human open and go inside and then actually sew them back up with their technology and don't even leave a scar. So they take this tissue with this type of equipment and they mold it into or sew it into the parts they want to be exactly what will work for this program better for them. Mm-hmm. They take tissue from around the gums of their teeth. They take penile tissue. They take. They don't take, that I'm aware of. They don't take tissue inside, like where the heart is or things like that. It's only certain tissues that are not exposed to sunlight or air.
Dice
Like
que toman,
gums, what have you. It's basically closed. So that's all I know about that.
La versión que yo tengo es que usan esos tejidos, ¿sí?, para calibrar su tecnología de clonación. Usan una vaca original, la clonan, ven que los tejidos sean iguales, calibran su tecnología y a partir de ahí comienzan a clonar humanos.
Acá en Argentina hay pruebas científicas a través de veterinarios que algunas vacas mutiladas tienen sustancias analgésicas como el oxindol o el benzodiazepina, que eso es de origen humano, es de origen farmacéutico. ¿Qué opina de eso?
Quizá la pregunta terminada sería si creen que acá hay una relación de trabajo en conjunto entre lo humano y lo alienígena.
I think that the aliens have taken over many military bases, as in Dulce, New Mexico, and it's a cloning center. It's where they have pretended to work cooperatively with the United States government, but when the United States government then tried to step in and set some rules that the aliens didn't like, they had a fight, and the humans lost. So I know when I lived in Louisiana, I lived close to a major, large Air Force base, and I saw and I talked with people who had firsthand sightings of UFOs going in and out of that base, and I saw it myself. Okay. So they have taken over our military.
Quizás nosotros pensamos que son humanos, pero en realidad no son humanos, son ellos disfrazados de humanos, con toda la tecnología que tienen, y nosotros pensamos que son humanos y en realidad no son. No son. Nosotros decimos, bueno, están trabajando con los humanos. Bueno, ¿quién nos dice a nosotros que no es un clon ese cuerpo que se mira humano, pero tiene el alma, digamos, de los alienígenas también? Igual como lo hacen con nosotros, que meten el alma del humano en un cuerpo humano, quizás también puedan meter el alma de un alienígena. Y le voy a hacer esta pregunta a Ted, si piensa que están metiendo también las almas de los alienígenas en cuerpos humanos. Ted, one last question. Do you think they're putting the aliens' souls, or do the aliens have souls, and they are pretending to be human?
No,
No, they don't have soul.
absolutely not. Absolutely not. They don't have a soul.
They don't have soul. Okay. No tienen alma
Yeah.
los
I mean,
alienígenas.
go take a look out in your yard around your shrubbery or whatever and find a praying mantis and tell me you think it has a soul.
¿Ustedes qué piensan?
They don't have souls,
No tienen.
but they know how to manipulate ours.
Dice que no tienen almas, pero sí saben manipular las almas de nosotros. So, are they working with us, or we lost and they are living among us?
Okay.
Manipulating, obviously.
Yes, manipulating on a grand scale. I mean, they manipulate this entire planet.
Sí. Dice que manipulan todo este planeta. Y sí,
all religions, everything on this planet, they are running from the background.
Yo le quería preguntar si conserva sus habilidades psíquicas, pero no sé si...
do you still have your psychic abilities?
I don't use it. I use it very, very little because I don't trust it. Sometimes, Laura, I will get an impression, a psychic impression that I will share with somebody. But I evaluate what it is I'm feeling before I say anything. Very, very careful.
Entonces no le pregunto qué impresión tiene de estas charlas, ¿no?
He's saying, so then I won't ask you what impressions do you have about this podcast.
Well,
no, you want to say it.
That was what I wanted. I wanted to end with saying something to you without coming.
I
don't want to feel ridiculous, but it's important that I say this to all of you.
Okay.
We didn't all come together by accident. There's a reason. And Stuart texted me yesterday, I think it was, or the day before, and said, I'm beginning to understand how all of this alien involvement works now. I'm beginning to see through the deceptions and how people are tricked out of their souls, out of their bodies. I'm understanding how it all, beginning to understand how it all works. I congratulated him because he is now online with Karla, Barbara, myself, and a few others on this planet who actually see the truth and what it is. And I feel like, or I'm trying to teach, I'm trying to reach out to all of you men and teach you what I know, because how are we going to ever fight this system if we don't understand it?
Know the enemy.
Go ahead.
I said, know the enemy.
Yes. Yeah, the point I made earlier about Israel and Palestine.
Yes.
Look at worldwide all the negative things that go on that create a lot of negative energy that these aliens harvest. Somebody at some point, and I reach out to all of you, we have to take responsibility, all of us, to start helping our fellow humans understand, so that hopefully at some point Vladimir Putin will stop fighting the Ukrainians. Hopefully at some point the Palestine, Hamas, and the Jewish nation will understand how ridiculous their war is. It benefits no one but the aliens. They're being used, they're puppets, and they're creating this fantastic banquet for the aliens. They're fools. And we all sit around and look at them, they're fools. because and the only reason they're fools is they don't understand because nobody has explained it to them and got them to see. And people, this is where we are. One little step at a time, we do this. Thank you.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Sí.
Gracias, Ted.
Es mi gusto.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you so much, friends.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Gracias a
No
ustedes.
hay de
Entonces,
nada.
Thanks a lot, guys.
thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Stuart. Thank you,
Thank you.
Laura.
Thank you, guys.
Sure. Thank you so
Yaro, Pablo, Gustavo.
Thank you so
Gracias.
much, Leo. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Yes,
I learned
Yeah.
to you.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you so much,
We
guys.
do.
Muchísimas gracias a todos. Yes, Ted?
Hablamos más luego.
Very good.
Okay.
Sí entiende español, ¿eh? Sí habla español, habla muy bien español. Muy bueno. So you need to learn Spanish.
I know.
Yeah. So you can
Bueno,
translate.
Bye bye.
Bueno.
See you guys. See you.
Gracias.
Goodbye.
Nos vemos. Bye bye.
Bueno,
Ciao.
thank you so much,
Bye.
guys. We'll see you next time.